Two best friends, both alike in dignity.
Nurturing phantoms and courting the muse.
The hag divines when something must die.
Yes, that was Poog.
But this is huge.
The ego loves to seek,
but never to find. It was Berlant
and Novak
the whole time. You know, these home recordings have been
freeing.
Really a light in my life.
I agree. We're home. It's welcome home.
God.
It's home.
And by the way, I just want to say, and I'm going to say it very quickly and very quietly so no one kind of doesn't sort of make it anywhere, but I just want everyone to understand it was very important legally and business-wise that there was extreme clarity drawn between a show we were previously hosts of and this
let them hear
very
it.
absolutely new, non-derivative show that is nothing in any way recognizable to the past show. And so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's nice to be home.
It's so good.
To just go, okay. Because even, getting on, there's a little bit of a rub. It was like, okay, it's in 15 minutes. Do I have time to shower? I want to feel a transformation before getting on. Not visually, emotionally.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm going to make a coffee.
Yeah.
By the way, I just took an Adderall after I've been raw.
Adderall after 4 p.m.
You make a good point.
What does raw dog mean? Raw dogging it
means
with
ADHD unmedicated. That's what the ADHD Reddit group.
Same.
No, right, but I just mean it's been bigger than it's ever been. And I've been going extreme systems based. I mean, have I shown you this yet? I must have, because it's been hanging on the back of my chair.
What is it?
I'm getting into vests now, fly fisherman's vests, photographer's vests, okay? And I'm not even the first to do this.
Oh my God.
Okay, and it's all on the body. So there's no more crossing of rooms. Okay, I no longer cross rooms to get things and get distracted.
So what would you have in your vest?
Classics, okay? A pen, a pencil, a highlighter.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
just because if you're living a journal-based life,
Do you have a treat in there?
What, snacks?
There's no food in there?
Interesting. I hadn't actually thought about that. No, I guess because still for me, I don't really enjoy snacks. I want to be all in the meal.
That's so true. You really aren't snacks oriented. That's really interesting.
To me, they're just they're like they're neither here nor there. They're teas. Because eating makes me in the mood to eat. So it's just like, what are we doing? I'm not like, that.
I think that's a really fair assessment.
That'll tide me over. But there was a realization that snacking is it was something it was invented in the 80s. One of those things
yeah. 16 short meal, 16 small meals a day or whatever.
But even a handful of almonds, but I don't know, it was almost like an animal doesn't, it's one of those cave people animals kind of things they were pushing. But you make a good point. This is interesting. I think I'll still be able to sleep. Can't worry. I'm feeling the anxiety of, I've been watching you over the last week prepare for travel while I have not prepared for travel, and I'm only leaving 3 days after you, and you're so ahead.
I've hardly prepared.
All right, it's comforting.
But to be clear, part of why the main thing is that I haven't. I understand, but I don't think I'm that ahead as you think.
It took me 3 hours to book flights.
Well, I was going to say I'm not
decisions.
booking flights. I'm not booking flights, so it's that's the flights take days, years.
Yeah, the amount of times I got logged out, moving to another tag, and then had to. I almost threw my phone due to a log out. Delta for the points.
Oh, well, the Delta app crashes constantly. Crashing. I've had this happen a few times with the Delta app. You're deep in there, you're selecting your seat key, gone.
Yeah.
Crashed. You doing Delta?
Yeah. What, you think international?
Oh, yeah.
No good?
No, I'm praying for Delta. I'm always praying for Delta.
And then, I'll save it for, I guess, when I'm there, and I'll do some remote recordings, but hitting some countries I've never been to. Paris, Amsterdam, Dublin.
Unbelievable. It's official.
Come to those shows, forgot. We need to start dropping ads for our own items. By the way, I have a merch idea for the listeners. You ready?
Yeah.
I've had this idea 19 times over the last several years, but I'll drop it here again. With every week's episode, there's some I don't know if deep cut. It could be a deep cut. It could be just something that's really inside that week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then I drop merch for it, print on demand style merch. And it's up for 1 week, and then it's gone. If you have 1 week to decide if you want that thing in your life forever, And you're like, I need this week's. You're like, I need this week's. And you're like, I can't though, because like I got one like 3 weeks ago, you know? They could be small. Joyous, right?
Yeah. Objects.
Always scheming.
Trinkets.
So I made a number of videos for our listeners to upload in the bonus.
Oh yeah, I've got
but I
some
haven't
of those
uploaded
too.
any of them yet. There's a library. Look,
They're going up.
what do you think?
Oh, Tower 28.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'll be honest, you're a bit pixelated back at the home studio. Love it.
Oh.
But I love the Tower 28 glosses. I love the Say glosses. I'm really having a romance with Say. Oh, so foundation is such a... It's the thing of what feels like a lot of makeup to me isn't a lot of makeup with foundation. I like a really sheer...
Because people do.
Yeah. And
well,
so
they were able to do foundation where they put red lipstick all over their face and then paint foundation over that. You know what I'm saying? Like the foundations that they can do experiments. Like, what if I put red lipstick all over? Have you seen those tutorials?
No.
You know, and then they layer. It's like
just gone. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yes.
I mean, just I experimented with a heavier foundation last night, and a photo was taken of me, just a casual photo, not a professional photo. And I went, wow. In the photo, doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, but I was. So you do it. You know, it's just the tricks of the eye. It was a House Labs foundation.
Interesting.
But for stage, you know.
The skin I know there are new, like, I have the same 80s associations or something like that, like, of bad makeup in like an 80s movie or something. I
know. With
foundations up. I always expect it essentially to be bad. I feel like you're always just looking at foundation on someone's face, like, nice foundation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, nice foundation versus nice skin.
Wow. Well, there it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful foundation you've got resting on the top of your face.
I saw a woman at an event, at an evening time event, didn't seem to have a stitch of, and it wasn't even like no makeup. I mean, she had to have had makeup on, but
yeah,
there was clearly an effort of no makeup. I'm going to appear, so I have no makeup on. It worked.
Wow.
It really worked.
Wow.
And I thought, what am I doing out of here? I got to be showing up stripped.
Damn.
Do you think we'll ever get into the blue blocker glasses? Because I just don't see it happening for me.
I know. And last time I brought it up to you, you said it's never going to happen for us. And I started to accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the vest is for. It would only happen if it had a designated pocket.
Right. I just don't see it happening for me.
I think
I'm going to watch Shogun and fucking blue light blockers. What's the point?
I sent you one of these videos that they're now flooding my feed, which is there's two. There's my morning shed. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
It's like, here are all the products I take off when I get out of bed in the morning.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Okay, you've seen
it?
Or
is that the thing where it's no, I don't know about that, where it's like women getting
First
up and they have like tape and they have like,
yes,
they have tape all over their faces.
And they're going, first I take off my mouth thing. Then I take off my castor oil pack. Then I take off, da-da-da, right? Then I pull off my mask.
I mean, it actually sounds kind of fun.
It actually, I think maybe it is kind of fun.
I'm having a negative reaction because I'm jealous.
Well, yeah. And
it feels so far away. And that's what these videos prey upon. They prey upon the feeling that this will never be you, bitch.
And then you're
going to make this shit happen.
You're offered two, you can be with those throwing shit from the stands, which are the people in the comments, obviously. Or you can be sort of a dreamer who thinks you'll do it and therefore you might defend against. But like, I saw this thing and immediately was like, what's that? What's that? Because it was like this marble circular tray with these little cups that had an eyeball, like an eyelid would peel back with their supplements in it. Okay. The tray rotates. It's like a marble vessel with individual vessels of it.
Oh, I think I saw that, and it's like $350 or something.
Yeah, someone was like, "It's $400. Good luck."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that was teased to me on something else, and I went, "I'll do anything for it."
And then what they're all doing? They're all getting on this vibrating. Two of the videos I've seen. There is a weird thing though, because you and me have a decent amount of the kind of bullshit that's in these videos, right?
Yeah,
that's been sent to us. Like, we have a red light.
Yeah.
So some of them are like sitting in front of the red light for 10 minutes while they also take their supplement. They're stacking. Okay, they're stacking habits. They're like, I get on the thing.
What vibrating thing?
They stand on a thing that vibrates.
The plate. Yeah.
For the lymphatic. And while they're out there,
I'm like, am I going to get back on the rebounder?
Really?
I, of course, bought a rebounder in COVID, gave it away almost instantly.
Lives in I ordered 2 by mistake, you'll recall. And
You gave away one of them, obviously.
Yeah. And then now it's like this permanent fixture in the living room on its side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically like the purse counter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a long time. But yeah, passive. I mean, to climb on that thing that they got the light going. I'm trying to think what else I saw that called to me. Oh, well, you know what I've done now? Like, I guess like not 3 nights in a row, but 3 nights over the course of a week.
Mm-hmm.
Taped my mouth.
And
who knows? Who cares? Right?
Well, no, but you're waking up in the morning and taking it off. It's lasting the night. I tried it once and it came off.
No, it's like in my bed.
Exactly.
You know,
I have been taking a really, really conscious effort to always be nose breathing though. In life, like when I'm driving, I told you there was a period where my mouth was falling open.
Yeah.
Like the shell shocked pose. Like,
although, yeah. It is the freedom of home recording. But like we're not, you know what it is? It's almost like, because we're not doing the like, we're on TV in a studio.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
Don't stop talking. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I need to settle into,
I gotta fire some bangers. Well, I would just quickly, we talked about, but I would really like just Australian hags who are listening to know, because I had to cancel my Australia shows. I really felt bad about this, and many of you were like, is it about the flight? Because I was talking on the podcast about how horrible the flight would be.
That's hysterical.
That wasn't it. It was a schedule.
They're like, you can stop and
it was
blah,
a scheduling crisis, and
yes,
and it was very difficult to cancel. And I'm really aware that
they're just being sweet.
Done it,
right?
Yeah, no, they're being sweet. I promised to return. That's all.
You've seen this already, right?
What is that?
My voice recorder?
No,
surely. I haven't shown you this.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so my watch minder goes off when I'm doing this. 5 minutes.
What the hell is a watch minder?
I've definitely shown you my watch minder.
I don't know the names of these things. I certainly don't know the names of these things.
Okay, it's a black watch, and every 5 minutes, or you could set it to different timers with little messages and stuff.
I saw the kid one that goes off every 2 and 5 minutes.
I'm trying to think how. I think I brought it once to the studio and never made it out of the bag. But the idea is, it buzzes, and I go, it's 4:58, and I'm on recording with Kate. Pause. Okay. Then in 5 minutes, the timer goes off. I get a little vibration, and I go, oh, I was on the way to the bathroom and accidentally started to fix a shelf. 5:02. 5 minutes later, I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still fucking doing the shelf at 5:05.
Oh, wow.
And then it's like, I'm going to go downstairs right now and get some coffee, and then I'm coming back to the office.
Yeah.
Forget this shelf. Okay. And then it's like, and then at the end of the day, I have this like 3-minute string of how the day was spent. Because writing it down for whatever reason, unless you're at the desk, I mean, jotting down, you just think you would never.
The only thing that works for me is 1 hour increments
of
chiming yesterday.
Clock.
No, of being like, yesterday I was writing for the first time in 16 years, and I was like, an hour, bitch. You're not allowed to do anything else for 1 hour. And then even like at 2 minutes to the end of the hour, I was like, all right, that's good. I was like, no. And that's the only way, I think, for me. Hour straight.
Versus not even 2 pomodoros, 25 plus 5, 25 plus 5. That would get you an hour.
And then you take a break for what?
It's the 5 minutes. So it's like Pomodoro is you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And then you work for 25 minutes and you take a 5-minute break. Each one of those is like a Pomodoro. Okay. Now, I've told you about this like 5 years ago, but
no, it's familiar.
There's another one that I like, which is 10 plus 2 times 5.
Oh God, what?
Okay. And that gets you
10 plus 2 plus 5.
So here's what it times 5. So here's what it is. So it's like 10-minute, you work for 10 minutes, you break for 2. Okay. And the 2 is like pee, refill your water, stretch your leg, whatever. It's not long, Okay, run to the door. Maybe you're lucky, right? You get back, you keep working. And then you do that if you do that 5 times in a row, an hour will have passed and you will have been in focused work for 50 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like I just think it might work for someone like you because you like need to pee sometimes and stuff. You like discover that you're hungry.
Well, the thing is,
you're aware of your body.
I don't like the 10 minutes. I'm like, no, because I'm like, I have to get in and then 10 minutes and then, do you know what I mean? The constant being like, okay, leave now is stressful.
No, you don't leave. I mean, 2 minutes is very fast. Like 2 minutes might just be literally like uncrossing and crossing your legs. I mean, it's
not.
Yeah. I don't know if an hour works for you. I guess it's just like,
I need to be like, you have an hour and then you can do whatever you want. Like I'm more like hour on, 2 off.
Right, sure.
Hour on, hour off.
Well, that's a lot.
Hour on, half hour off.
Really? Over and over again?
No. Twice in a day max.
Oh. I actually prefer 4 hours straight. If I'm really talking, right? If I've got someone else to lift me. Like I can go in and just go.
What do you mean someone else to lift you?
And I prefer that to having to initiate the task again. Just stay in it. But that's just classical hyper-focus.
What do you mean someone else to lift you?
Like to make sure that I don't actually leave the room or get distracted by something else. But if someone else is there, you and me know we're working on a particular thing, I can stay in that thing. If your dog could talk, it'd beg for Ollie. A fresh whole food diet. It's not just delicious. It can add 2.5 extra years to your pup's life. That's more tail wags, more adventures, more time with your best friend. Is there anything more valuable? Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 drool-worthy flavors. Ollie offers 3 meal plans to choose from, so you can choose between a full fresh plan, a fresh topper plan, or a mixed plan with their freshly baked recipes for your special fur baby. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/hags and tell them all about your dog. And use code HAGS to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/hags and enter code HAGS to get 60% off your first box. I hope they start making Ollie for cats. I'll definitely be interested. Are you reading anything interesting? I'm going to pull up my book and see what I've got going. Okay, what do I have? You know what I really don't appreciate? How I open my book app and it immediately is the library of like things to buy, not my library. It's a bookstore, not a fucking my books. I have to click to get to my books. What do I have? I
bought the 30-year edition of Everywhere You Go, There You Are.
Oh, I saw that in your unboxing.
Oh, that's why I feel... Yeah. Yeah,
and you were like, meditation is the key. I mean, yeah. It's John Kabat-Zinn, mindfulness, a Western man bringing the mindfulness to the people.
Never forget the 1,000-year view.
I needed mysticism, and so I happened upon this book, which I can't tell if I've read before or purchased before. Padre Pio, Glimpse into the Miraculous.
Ooh.
He's it's like all these stories because, he was known to bilocate. He was known to levitate, etc.
Does bilocate mean being in 2 places at once?
Sure does. 2 Padre Pios.
I had an interesting thing that I'm like, oh, this is sort of a social. So in line at a restaurant, a place where you order at the counter and then go sit. Quite a line. More of a line than I would usually. Actually, it was kind of transformative because normally I see a line, my heart breaks. I go, fuck.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
And somehow I'm out of here. And somehow I went, that's fine. And we stayed in the line. It moved. It really wasn't that bad. It was really important. It was immersion therapy. I was like, this is not bad. It was out the door. If I see it out the door, I go, no fucking way. Keeper chilaquiles.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then next thing I know, what can I get you? I was there. And so, but there was an interesting moment where I'm standing in the line. So the line's coming out the door, and there's a guy and I'm the first one who's outside of the door. So the door's closed. So it's that moment where I could look like I'm just standing out there. But then
there's no one behind you?
Exactly.
That's
no one behind me. I was the
dangerous.
first one to be outside. So
you have to be performing with your shoulders heavily that you're in line.
Yeah. But there's glass everywhere. You can look in and go, you can very quickly gauge, oh, this is the line. So he looked at me. We locked eyes. He opened and then just went in and stood sort of like crunched next to the
This is
thing.
why people go right
Now-
up behind people so aggressively. They're afraid that's going to happen.
It was an interesting moment because typically I would think that I don't want to have that confrontation. Like, I don't want to tell someone, hey, bitch, get behind me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd almost suffer the like.
Here's me linings with me.
But for whatever reason, I opened the door
Yeah.
and he was standing there, with a big smile on his face. And I said, and I wasn't rude. I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. I said, oh, hi. Are you
It always starts that
Are
way.
you in line? Because I'm actually I'm in line or something. And he, I kept it light. He smiled and I don't know what he said. He said like, yeah. And then he pointed at me like, no, don't worry. Like I won't, like I'm waiting here, but like I'll let you go in front of me or whatever. That's how I interpreted it. It was
like
very
he
fast.
wanted to be out of the sun kind of thing?
We weren't in the sun. And that's the thing. Gorgeous
I think
day.
you were
It's not too
generous.
hot. It's not too cold. So I kind of went.
You were
"All right."
generous with your perspective,
then-
I think.
I'm standing there. And it wasn't like my cortisol was through the roof, but I was unbelievable. Naomi was parking the car and I texted them. I was like, some guy tried to cut me. I told him no, whatever. I'm like dramatizing it. And then,
and making him an active villain.
yeah. And then by the way, then we're waiting out there. They come join me. And then I'm like, line's not moving. I start spiraling. I go, line's not moving. Because this is an interesting thing about lines. Sometimes they really aren't
don't
moving.
always
And then
move.
suddenly the
Right.
floodgates open and we're going. And I don't even know how that happens.
And
But
did the guy get behind you as the floodgates were?
so
did he
here's
follow
what
behind?
happened. So we go in and then I, again, in some urgency, I intentionally don't look to the side. I just go straight to the person because I don't want to look the side, find him. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're there in line. We're approaching the cashier and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder where he went. I look over. It's a pretty big It's a pretty big restaurant. I see him and why would we catch our eyes lock in this
I
moment?
know.
Our eyes lock.
It's
He's
magnetic.
so
It's
far
energy.
away from it is exactly. Well, it's telepathy.
Yeah.
I look across. He looks at me. He's got a big to-go bag. He's out the door.
I thought you were saying you got a big
And
smile.
then I'm
again.
the asshole.
Right.
I'm the asshole. So here's the thing. And I go, first of all, why wouldn't you say, oh, I'm picking up a to-go order? Then there's no blood on anyone's hands. Then we're all safe. You're getting to go. I'm ordering here.
Instead, he just did some vague gestures, you mean?
He said, I'm waiting. He was like, oh, I'm waiting. But like, he's,
Oh.
it
Right,
wasn't.
you're like, yeah, as am I.
By the way,
you know.
the anxiety I have when I approach a line and I have it to go, that my fear that people are going to think I'm cutting
I know.
through the roof.
Well, the whole has everyone been helped? Like, have you spoken to the hostess yet? You know, like how sometimes there's the speak to the hostess line, like, and then there's the people waiting.
Yeah, of course. Have you
be bro-
spoken?
it's like-
yeah.
Yeah.
chaos.
It's like, is everyone here spoken for?
Yeah.
Been taken care of. It's like,
And sometimes, and by the way, my overobedience has hurt me. Like I was at a restaurant a few weeks ago, long line. I assumed, oh, everyone here is waiting to speak to the hostess. And that's when I think you have a responsibility to the community that if you
Yeah.
see someone who clearly just walked up and you've talked to the hostess, you say, we've already checked in.
there you go.
Because I was standing there like an asshole. And then eventually I go, oh, have you got, and they're like, oh, we've already talked. I've been sitting
I know.
here for upwards of 7 minutes.
I think they want anyone behind them. Okay. Anyone who arrived after them, they think there's nothing good
Sucker.
that's going to happen with this person if they get helped. Like, it's not going to make things go faster for me.
Yeah.
So it just
right.
they're like, let the
you rot.
universe take care of anyone behind me. Yeah.
Completely.
I think there's that. And I think similarly with the to-go bag guy, separate from the line anxiety you're talking about, I think is the line that would be the audience for his like rudeness, if it was to be perceived, is but only one, you. It
Yeah.
was reduced.
Yeah.
And then also, he's not in the psychology of the line. It's like he knows who he is and what he's not a part
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So he's not. It's like he knows he's not cutting you, so he knows you don't have to be worried that you're being cut.
Yeah.
And he thinks that you probably did a like, oh, okay, thanks, kind of like, oh, we're all good here kind of
Mm-hmm.
response to whatever his gestures were, which I bet you were doing to kind of make sure he got that. Look, you assured me, and now I'm happy again. That means a commitment, sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
to not fucking me.
And then and I felt when we locked eyes and he had the to-go bag, I felt and this has to just be what I'm imagining, but I kind of felt he was like, see, asshole, I wasn't cutting you. And in that moment, in my mind, I'm never doing that again. I'm just letting them cut me for the rest of my life. I'm letting them cut me. Lord knows I won't
It's
actually
not worth
do that.
it. Hey, are you, sorry, but.
Because every now and then there's some absolute doofus who waddles up and it's like there's a line of 25 people.
I've been that doofus.
Yeah, sure. And so I think it's okay to kindly inform someone, oh, the line starts over here. And
yeah,
9 out of 10 people are going to go, oh, sorry. This happened to me recently at Costco. I was at the awards. I was at the membership desk. The line was insane.
I love my photo that they gave me. You know, because I got a membership.
The ID? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I love my photo. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh my God, I want to see.
Not even gorgeous. Just
send it to me.
Just sort of joyful.
Yeah.
I wonder where it is. It's like, yeah, she lived well.
Yeah. Amazing.
Not like she lived well, like getting deals, but more like, I think, is there a blue background? Is it like the sun's shining behind you in the Costco membership card? That was the feeling I had.
No, all I've ever had is like a black and white square, like a brutal.
Mine was like a washed out kind of New York filter, old school Instagram days, like the washed out blue.
Kind
of finchery.
I use Lumi in my armpits, not to brag, but that's really the only place I need it. Again, not to create shame. But I was immediately impressed by it. And it is a whole body deodorant, so you can use it absolutely anywhere. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. There is a solid deodorant stick formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Sweat control deodorant, 72-hour odor and sweat control for pits, privates, and beyond. And there's a spray deodorant, which is aluminum-free and ideal for hard-to-reach places. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash or deodorant wipe, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code HAGS for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code HAGS at LUMEDEODORANT.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lumi. It's funny how quick things like perceptions of people can change. Like I went into the store today and I really felt the women, these two, women maybe in their 50s, there was like a rudeness, like a true kind of curt, like that kind of caught me off guard because it's a lingerie store. But don't worry, guys. I was looking for me immediately going, don't worry, I wasn't buying expensive lingerie.
Yeah, I was like, in which way does she think we're worried?
Being a little spoiled brat, I was buying like 2-sided tape, like skin tape, like so you can tape your clothes, whatever. And she was just, I found
a spoiled brat. Wait, what?
My fear was that if I were, spending hundreds of dollars in an expensive lingerie store, the listener would judge me for being a brat.
Oh, okay. I thought you were now saying the tape meant you were a spoiled brat. All right.
Yeah, no.
2-sided tape for your deep plunging V-neck or whatever.
Exactly.
Your backless dress.
Anyway, I found her to be like really, it was just strange. And I left and came back for other reasons. And then when I came back, hit it off. Everything was fine.
Oh my God. When it turns.
And then it leaves, I'm practically skipping out the fucking door.
I know.
Like we're talking. When
it turns and you reframe them, you go,
it's
oh. Yeah. And then you get it.
Yeah. And then you're in.
When they betray you again, okay.
That's rare.
Because the first time, no, but the first thing happens. No, it's not.
Really?
The first thing happens, right? Where you go, should never judge.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You should never judge until you walked a mile.
Yeah.
And then, you discover again they're a fucking asshole and you go, you always got to trust your first senses.
Right.
You cannot forget. It's always that first. And so there's wisdom on each side of that cliche to support you when you decide someone is shit.
There's always something there to support you.
Yeah. It's a huge problem.
I know.
Where's the wisdom? I mean, yeah, is it wisdom if it's got a partner on the other side? You know, like it's because it is really hard to know if, because sometimes you're going, got a bad feeling about this person. I think they're judging me. And you take 1 second and you go, it's because they look exactly like that girl in 3rd grade who judged me. Like
I always go just like,
you know?
they're having, you know, it's like they're having a horrible day. Something horrible happened. Or like,
it's interesting though, because the whole using empathy to let them off the hook. Because it's like, I don't know. It's, what is it? It's like, if they're suffering, they're allowed. So what does that mean? Like, I'm not really sure what it means. But yeah, I mean, I go there too, or if I'm defending against someone, like if I were with you and someone did something and you were like, they just shot me a dirty look. And I'm like, no, they have a fucking pain in their side. No, they just thought of blah, 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 right? Like I would jump to the other side desperately.
Hard right turn, but had a comical OCD flare up last night around my mother's safety where put her in an Uber. And then became convinced because, okay, by the way, because it's a thing, calling an Uber for my mom, right? Get the Uber.
So your account.
Yeah. I order one, right? And I heard a while ago, it's like, you really kind of don't want, like if someone has like 300 rides, like don't get in.
Oh, right.
Or something,
right.
you know?
I forgot about that. I never look at that.
Yeah. Like, because it'll be like 5 stars and it's like 18 rides, joined last month. And you're like, God bless. I'm sure everything's
like
fine.
Like you recently learned on Amazon. That you got to look at the number of the reviews.
Oh my God. Jacqueline, I screen grabbed something for you, which is I was looking at a product. I was looking at a vitamin online and I had very positive reviews. Boom, boom, boom. And then I look at 1 star. I go, huh? And it goes, arrived broken.
Like if you're on eBay, that's acceptable. Where you have someone, it's like this seller always sends
yes,
their
of course.
shit
And it's breaking.
You know,
I know.
Book
arrived
review.
Broken. No, I know.
A book review is really sick.
That's really mean. That's terrible. But so I get the Uber. So the first one, it's like under 500 rides. And I go, I don't like that. I cancel it. Next one. I go, okay, here we go. Load her in. Okay, bye. Love you. Call me when you're home. Huh? And then a couple minutes pass. I look down and I feel like the car hasn't moved. Like it's like, what? They're still there?
Oh, God.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So I immediately call her, hey. And she's like, oh, hi. I'm like, how are you?
Tell me if you're not sick.
No, exactly. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's just like, oh, I mean, what, you know, all right, everything's good. All right, bye. You know, and I'm being told, of course, like that map isn't necessarily accurate. Like even if the car still looks like, don't go by that. And I'm like, is it not accurate? It always seems pretty
you gotta, like
accurate.
refresh for it to catch up.
Yeah,
or
something. So then,
but yeah,
you know, a couple minutes pass. I look back. It still looks like the car is like has moved like 2 blocks or something. I call again. And then I'm thinking, and you know what I'm doing? Overperforming for the Uber driver.
Yes.
Because I'm aware that.
Is she picking up on speaker?
No, but I think that he must be like.
He can still hear.
Because I did. Oh, by the way, I did. I did a crazy
criminal,
thing.
He knows that someone's questioning him. Is in your mind what's happening?
I wasn't even thinking
the murderer
that.
is waiting for this.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking more like, I look like such a freak. I have to make it seem like I'm calling with something specific.
Oh.
But also when I put her in the car, I did a big precious cargo.
Yeah.
I always do a big, I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. Call me precious cargo.
It's so like the nightmare of how like personalizing yourself to your murderer. Like,
exactly.
You know, like, and how it's like, we've all been taught it now in movies all the time.
Yeah, the Silence
victim
of
is
the Lambs
like,
say
I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I have a son. His name's Charles. He loves Cheerios in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a little wrinkle on his nose when he cries.
Exactly.
My father's a janitor, you know?
No, completely. And so I call again and I'm like, Mom, what was the name? I like try to find some like direct thing. And she's like, oh, you know, and then hang up. Oh God, I think I did it a 3rd time.
You were like, once again.
Did I do it a 3rd time?
You should get a safe word with your mother.
Totally. We used to have one of those.
I was thinking one technique would be like with loved ones, like if their name is something that, you know, it'd be like your mom would call you Katie.
Oh my God, that's so scary. I call you Jackie. Hey, Jackie, everything's good. Don't worry about me. Probably be out a little late tonight, so don't worry about it, Jackie.
Yeah. Or I go, Kate, it's Jackie. I just got in the car. I'm safe.
No, you go, Katie,
or
it's
whatever.
Jackie.
You know what I mean?
Kate, Jackie, it's Katie.
Just got home.
Yeah.
I just got home. I'm all alone in my house.
Yeah.
Nice and cozy.
No one's here.
Yeah.
Nothing to report.
Oh, by the way, you know what's amazing? Because I was just thinking about, grimly, I was imagining then someone's in a situation where they are immediately doing the personalization to the murderer thing, and they're thinking about this conversation on our podcast, like how we were like laughing about the trope, and then like and they're doing it because I was like felt this OCD-ish urge to be like, by the way, and do it, still do it.
We'll still
I believe
do it
is real and works. You know what I mean? So I thought that, and then I thought, like references and culture popping into one's mind in extreme scenarios, and how weird it is. And then I was like, did you see that thing? The guy that got swallowed by a whale?
Yeah. Did he really get swallowed?
See the video?
How long was he
You're
in
You're like, he was resting on his tongue, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell what that whale's
He's in a kayak?
Yeah. And I think he was in the kayak the whole time.
I think if you dip into a whale's mouth fully, you're allowed to kind of go, I was swallowed by a whale. Like, it's fine. I
know, but I'm like, did he make it into the whale's stomach? I feel like maybe he did.
No, you're kidding.
It depends on how big the gullet is, and I watched the interview with the guy, and he said like he absolutely thought the same thing that many of us thought. He thought of Pinocchio.
Yeah. Yeah.
While in the whale, he thought of Pinocchio. This is okay. He goes, and I thought, oh God, I'm like Pinocchio.
No. And from inside the whale.
He's like, and it was also so amazing because it was so, he's like
imagine the adrenaline.
A smear of blue.
Imagine the adrenaline coursing through, and you're like, Pinocchio.
And like Disney
He
imagery.
described a smear of blue?
Yeah, it was like, he's like, I saw like blue and then felt something slimy against my cheek.
No.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So sweet.
And then sort of realizing he's been, I guess, swallowed by a big fish or something like that before he knows that he's out. And the camera work looks weird. The camera work looks like the father is just like,
yeah, here we go.
Completely steady. But it's because the father is wearing like a 360 camera. And so that was actually like behind the father.
Oh, I see.
Can you imagine? It's just,
I'm constantly,
I don't know, just thinking about Pinocchio. And then I probably brought this up before, but Carolyn May is talking about like the passive part of the dark night of the soul is like swallowed by the whale. You're still in motion.
Oh, yeah. Is that Carolyn May? I thought that was.
Well, like the Bible or something, or whatever.
I thought that was, Homer.
That's where I got it.
No, but that is a thing. Like you're still moving. It's very nice. That's the whole Jacob. That's the whole, it's not a parable. What is it?
Jonah?
That is the story of Jonah. Did I say Jacob? Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole Jonah thing, is that even when you're swallowed by the whale, you're still in life.
Right.
You're still inside life, and you're still moving, even when you're in the belly of the whale.
Yeah.
It's very comforting.
Yeah.
I remember clutching that story to my chest, sobbing.
Yeah, going, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Because, dear God, if you don't, right, if you're stand still.
Well, you're never stand still.
No, I know. That's what I mean. But just like that is the primary fear.
So that Mountain Valley, was that purchased a la carte? A single bottle of Mountain Valley water?
Yeah. Chris gets them.
Mm.
Yeah, he's been just indulging us with those single bottles.
Nice. The ultimate luxury.
He gets the seltzer. I get the spring.
Oh. Yeah.
It is nice.
Oh my God, champagne. I would rather have, when I arrive at a hotel, a bottle of glass water than a bottle of champagne. 8 out of 10 times.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get water at a hotel. It's amazing
how hard it is.
That's where whether they care about you or not. They're like, look, there's fresh bottled water, and it's like uncapped. It's like screwed on, and they've like tacked a sticker on in the basement. They're just like filling up tap in the basement into like reused plastic bottles that say the hotel's name on them.
The plastic shit. It's like we've known it for years, but it's really ramped up the last couple of weeks. The amount of microplastic news. It's ramped up. Crazy. They're like, fear.
Oh, I had sort of an OCD-ish moment of like, whatever, free floating anxiety and funnel it there. I was driving my car. I hear like some barking. Okay. And then I go like another block and whatever. And I'm sort of in a different area. I sort of like have turned off in a weird way, and there's sort of barking again. Okay. And I go, oh,
there's
no.
a dog caught under the bottom of
maybe
your
that
car?
Barking I heard before. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's hanging
No.
There must be, it's hanging somehow
Yeah.
from something where it's like still barking. I'm like, what would that even be, right? Like, there's nothing in the
It's
car
not
that would really
possible.
allow for
Yeah.
that, right? It's like, and then it becomes, just because I've had the thought, there's the chance that it's like, I need proof that it's like, well, you can't prove it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's like now I need proof almost that
Someone will be running up.
someone would
and
be saying something.
yeah.
Someone would be saying something, you know?
So what'd you do? Just drive all the way home? When did the barking stop?
I was on speakerphone with someone at the time, and they kind of talked me down, or I kind of talked myself down with a wise, calm listener, going like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for it. Like,
it's not happening. Yeah, I don't have the thing that I know is a thing people have where they're convinced they hit someone with their car and they like go around the block several times and check. It's a classic.
mm.
Do you have the fear that you'll be framed for a murder? Because I kind of had that.
You bring that up like every 7 episodes of the podcast. You're like, do you have this fear? Like, it's that both repressed and whatever in you that you keep like spontaneously discovering it for the first time, the fear. But no, other than like playing out these scenarios of getting framed, I guess, in the sense of like I'm like, they can't know it's my couch. They'll take my DNA and spin it all
you
over
do have that.
I've seen in the world. I forgot about that with like selling off goods.
Well, yeah. We'll never forget when I had the online seminar from that woman who tried to sell me whole life insurance. And I was convinced that it was like, without a doubt, the thing I had to do if I wanted to like be serious in the world. And a nurse came to my home, took my blood.
Oh my God.
I was almost going to say took my semen, but I feel like there was like another deposit. It was mouth swab?
Yeah.
No. Maybe she fucking swabbed my mouth. Swabbed my mouth, took my blood.
Sure.
And she was like, okay, bye. And then I never went through with the plan. I was like, I'm no longer moving forward with you. Like, and I'm like, I guess they must have just, and I remember the woman who drew my blood was like, I drew Jimmy Fallon's blood. And I was like, I don't know about this.
That's a great sign.
Yeah.
It's always great when medical professionals drop celebrity names
And then
while holding medical
and
tools.
then yeah, and I'm sure they just destroy the materials.
Yeah, you hope, don't you?
Ends up at a crime scene one day.
Listeners know how much I love my Cozy Earth silk comforter. It is one of the finest things that I own. Next on the wish list, Cozy Earth's bamboo pajamas. This is the sleepwear upgrade you deserve. It's lightweight, yet still cozy. These PJs help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, so you wake up feeling your best. Not to mention, Cozy Earth prides itself on the responsible production of all its products. It's committed to quality and durability. That's why all Cozy Earth bedding products have a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. That's just how much Cozy Earth believes in their products. Make sleep a priority now. Visit CozyEarth.com and use our exclusive code HAGS for up to 40% off Cozy Earth's best-selling sheets, towels, pajamas, and more. That's CozyEarth.com with the code HAGS, H-A-G-S. And if you get a post-purchase survey, tell them you heard about Cozy Earth right here.
The light is changing. It's become darker. It's becoming darker. Birds going crazy. Spring. Always shocked by the seasons. The seasons changing is
So it's happening?
shocking. Well, outside, all of a sudden,
It's happening.
I
was out
gasped.
there earlier.
It's happening. I gasped in awe at flowers growing on my fence. Jasmine, fragrant, went over. I went, are you fucking kidding me? These other flowers
They're
blooming. I'm
so
like, never
fragrant.
forget, because it's really easy for me to go, they're never coming back, or to go, I've done something, or
I know.
I mean, one of my favorite things you say about that you've ever said on Poog, I'll refresh everyone's memory or introduce it to them now. No need to lead it up with all that language, and here I am still doing it. But
what's coming?
We were talking about moods and how shockingly malleable we can be. Like, you can be in a horrible mood, you want to throw something precious against a wall and shatter it. And then, 45 or 3 hours later, you're like euphoric. And you were like, do we need any greater reminder than the day versus night? Every day the sun is out, it goes away. And guess what? It fucking comes back. You're like the daily reminder.
Oh, right. The daily reminder of the fact.
I think about
that
it
it's
all the
literally
time.
darkest before dawn.
Yeah, and just like, it's
like a
dark right now,
metaphor-
but guess what? It's not
A
permanent.
metaphor is hammered. It's hammered
Into us
let's
by
hammer,
God.
Yeah, let's hammer it
Yeah.
into their very existence.
Nature provides all we need to know.
Yeah, I was watching a couple television shows that started with the off the grid fantasies again,
Mm.
and you go, I better figure out how to grow something. And then the fantasy falls apart, and you go, I'll die with the people in the city.
Yeah, I'll die with people in the city. But it is sweet. The idea of growing your own food, obviously. It's never going to happen on my watch. I just know too much about myself.
Yeah.
Maintaining a garden, maybe, every year I'm going to do herbs.
Really?
But I don't.
It's just like, I don't know, all things pass away.
Ain't that the truth?
Like I'm on my herb thing for a while, and I'm talking about not even living herbs. I'm talking about like keeping up with purchasing parsley or basil,
Oh, yeah.
using it up,
Oh, yeah.
and then repeating the cycle, cleaning out this herb thing I have in my fridge that's like
oh, yeah.
the herb keeper,
Yeah.
which you could do with a plastic rag and a mason jar.
Sure.
But, and then just, I'm like living this basil life, and then I fall off for so long.
We have to fall off.
Yeah, no, I keep thinking about how we talked about, I lose years and I lose years. And it's as simple as that. It's like at all times I'm in the middle of a years long loss of a particular thing that I once enjoyed.
It's
I don't mean negatively in one direction. I don't mean with every year you lose more and more.
Yeah.
I'm like talking about like gain some, lose some, all directions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I mean, it's obviously just
It's hard to reckon with. That brings me to a purchase I want to make, which is the light phone. And I need them to send them to us. The new model ain't cheap.
I put a fresh blanket out for the neighbor cat that roams, and he has taken up
Cute.
residence on it.
That's so sweet.
And I went out and I scooped him up, laid him on my chest, and laid there. I mean, when I just see him, okay, this will sound like a cliche. I literally take a deep breath.
Oh,
Automatically.
so nice. No, animals do that.
Resets. I need.
Oh my God. Wait, Jacqueline, please
Yeah.
adopt a dog that I know.
I can't get
Wait,
a dog.
why?
Look at you. Why don't you? Why? She says with 9 rescues crowding around her. She can't take another.
But why do you say no dog? Just because travel?
Yeah,
Dog's not big.
I know, but I don't want to travel with
She's
dogs.
so sweet.
I'm sure. Why aren't you getting
She
her?
crawls right into your lap and falls asleep immediately. 6 years old.
Is that dog I hung out with a little bit?
No, you haven't met this
Okay.
dog. Who's that dog?
There was a dog at your house once.
The dog that I
It had a
fostered
little
for years?
chair, a bed. No. Years?
Oh, no, the dachshund.
Pepper?
That was Thank you for naming Pepper. No, that was a dachshund that we were just taking care of for a couple
Yeah.
nights. This is a anyway, goddamn. I mean, yeah, foster, 0 adoption applications. Sweetheart angel. You know what's really dark? I was like, this is fucking crazy. So my friend fostered the dog. He goes to pick up the dog. They're like, she's spayed. After they spayed her, they realized she was pregnant. Is that not the most like, what fucking is that? Who do I call about that?
So when they spay, what are they actually doing? Removing
I don't
the
really
ovaries?
know. I don't
Probably
know what the
removing the
hell it
ovaries.
is. I've always imagined it as, which I know this is wrong, I've imagined it as a needle and thread sewing up
Sewing
the
clothes?
dog's vagina. Yeah.
Spaying a cat.
But
is
that's not it.
performed by ovaries and or uterus. So they open her up probably, and yeah, that's grim.
I know. Isn't that like a really, I was like, fuck, what is that a dog like that comes into your life, what does that mean symbolically?
Nothing. I mean,
Love
I
that.
think it's really about that dog's life. like that is that dog's story, I think.
Oh my
Coming
God.
in its life.
Somebody please take her. Anyway.
Well, I saw Drake Cat Alliance post this. They were like 0, they know how to get me,
Oh no,
They go, 0 applications for, Bonita and Guapo or whatever. And they're like, and you see, and it's like all the other kittens, but Guapo have been adopted. Okay, just what that does narratively to me,
yeah.
right? But then
of course.
Guapo's also it's super attached to the mother. Okay, so it's a mother and son, I guess. They're gorgeous,
Mm.
and I think people resist and one of them looks more like a kitten, but it will be a full-size cat soon, and then there'll be 2 full-size cats. Okay,
Mhm.
I think people have a resistance to sort of a mother and child. Like they don't think it's cute. They like they're
Totally.
brothers.
Yeah,
They
totally.
don't like this
the cats that
teen mom and her kid aren't coming in.
the cats that are at my parents that I adopted with my mom, we think maybe they're mother and son,
That's nice.
but we don't know.
Like if they just said, like I honestly, I could be totally.
By the way,
wrong
one
on
of these
this.
cats,
I think it freaks people out in some weird way.
I think you're right. One of these cats, they were surrendered. One of the cats' name, and thank God we adopted them. We got them out of the pound 2 days after. They only spent 2 days in there.
Wow.
We looked at, they came in yesterday. Like, we got to get them out. One of these cats' names in the pound was Yardwork,
Right.
which is not nice. That was the fake name, the prisoner name.
Right.
We named her Luna. We gave her her real name. Also, I want to shout out. They were an incredible pound. Is not the right word. Shelter. They're amazing.
Yeah.
On Pico Boulevard in Los Angeles. Look it up. You'll find it.
And what was the other one's like? Fake.
The other
name?
ones, I can't even remember the fake name.
I mean, they get so overwhelmed in there.
Okay, I blocked out the
They
fake
really
name.
do get to the point where they're
But
just
it wasn't
like
yard
switch
work.
outlet.
It wasn't yard work level.
No, right. I mean, it gets to some. I'm trying to think like what's the worst I've seen. You know what I mean? Where you're just like,
Oh, by the way, there's the plot thickens. Yard work. We go yard work. Whoa, and we were like, do you know what her name was before? Did her owner say? And they said, yeah, fat girl. So we named her Luna.
And what
Also,
about the
I was
other
like,
one?
fat girl. I'm like, do you mean like gordita? Like, there's no way.
Right.
Or was it fat girl to yard work? Maybe that's what the pound was thinking. Like, she's used to fat girl, yard work. Is that what it was?
Those don't sound alike to me, but fat girl, yard work. Right. You're trying to soften what the vet did.
Tempted to post a picture because she's just
Maybe
such an
it
angel.
came from something really cute, like they saw
She
her
was doing yard
sweeping.
work. Yeah, totally. They saw her sweeping up some
little
leaves,
toys.
some clover.
And then wait, what was the other one's name?
I can't remember the name in the pound.
But what did you give him?
Frankie.
Right. We named him Frankie. His name was.
What was your name? I want to know what your name was.
Oh wait, my fake name?
Yeah.
File cabinet.
Yeah.
His name was
I wanna know
File
what you-
Cabinet. We named him Frankie.
Oh my God. Well, do you carry mace? Do you carry mace?
No, but I was just reading about someone who does and carries a bunch of other things, tasers and all this kind of stuff. I was like, whoa, they
Tasers,
travel with them. I
Jesus.
was like, damn.
I asked because I was looking through my desk and I found this thing of mace.
Really?
But I don't ever travel. I don't have mace on me.
As a vest woman,
You could
I
have
feel
some
like
mace
there's
in
all
there.
sorts of things that could be part of my life that would never make it otherwise.
Definitely don't put mace in there.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to think it's fucking essence and spray it on your face.
Oh.
You're going to think it's just a Korean
I love
rice essence.
spices. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't do mace.
Macing
It's gotta
yourself
be-
with your fisherman vest. By the way, Jacqueline, and I need the people at home to know, Jacqueline's wearing her fisherman organization vest, and vest, and it looks like the letter J. I went, oh, you have a J clip, and then I realized it's a fucking fish hook. It's a hook.
No, it's a
that I thought was a
carabiner
J.
thingy. No, there's no fish hooks on here. It's like it's one of these. Okay.
Okay, well, it always looks
And then
like
the
a
other,
hook.
the other world the other place to pull from is cameraman vests for lenses.
Whoa,
and all
yeah,
this stuff.
totally.
That gets
But what do you have in it right now?
like nothing because I have some modifications I'm looking to make
Hmm.
before I load her up. Oh, and then I also got this. I went for a spree Dickies. Okay, this is like a lap belt or one of these.
Mhm.
And actually, like, I don't know, I probably talked about this, but like cleaning up the house, tying a trash bag around like the loop of your jeans.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
yeah.
you
And it
go
goes.
around and it's just the trash is always with you.
Classic beach cleanup style. You need to get one of those arms.
Oh,
mechanical
grabber.
grabbers. I'm surprised you haven't investigated that yet.
No leaning down. That's interesting.
Yeah, you just walk around with the grabber.
I like that.
I see a glow in your eyes.
The wheels are turning. I know. I had not considered that. I'm ashamed.
That's insane. To pitch something to you that you like that is actually a huge gold star on my fisherman's belt.
Well, because I'm not even sure what the application what the off
But you see potential.
off-brand
immediately.
application. Yeah, just simply because it's a tool I haven't considered.
Yeah.
Humiliated. Excited.
Get into it. All right. Well,
if you want to hear us talk about the products, you'll have to meet us in the product corner.
yeah,
That'll be over in premium.
that'll be over in pre and behind the paywall. Thank you all for listening. I love you.
I love you. All right, talk soon.